Hello viewers, welcome to this episode in which I'll show you how to do a gearbox service on your ZF HP gearbox. Obviously I've got the engine on the tray and the center, which is the gearbox, on the tray out. I'll show you how to drain, replace, refill and check the oil on your ZF gearbox. Let's get to it. So first thing what you need to do is remove this little sort of heat shield bracket off, as you need to gain access to fuel plug. If you can't remove the fuel plug, then obviously you've got a problem. And if you drain the oil without taking that plug first off, then you may end up draining oil and not being able to refill it. So always take the fuel plug out first. So once you remove both heat shields from both sides, the next thing will be the exhaust bracket. Obviously you don't need to remove it here. If you remove it from the gearbox here and there, then the whole thing with the rubber will just drop down. So that's pretty much all you need. Lifetime oil. There is no such thing as lifetime oil. Which part of that people don't understand? Whenever you've got metal gears rubbing against each other and you've got oil in between, obviously the metal will wear down. Yeah, oil will reduce the friction and the wear, but it will wear down. So don't listen to this crap. Always, I think in these boxes you change the oil every 50,000 miles. So change the oil, please. Allen key 8, and that just slots in. There we go. Let's drain the oil. Here. So I've got a new filter, new magnets in there, fresh bolts, including the side filler. So let's just put that to the side for now. And oil. So if the oil is lifetime in a gearbox, because that's what the sticker says on the side of the gearbox, why does ZF sells the oil? Yeah, exactly, because you're supposed to change it. So let's have a look at the mechatronic unit. 8 solenoids. I'm guessing because it's 8 speed. That's my best guess, but I could be wrong. Now just wipe the surface so that it's nice and clean, so that the new gasket can sit nice and level all around. Pin up the oil in a minute. So the oil change is really simple. There's nothing complicated about it. Yeah, so you've got oil pickup here. That's the little solenoid that puts the park gearbox into park. Got 8 solenoids here. That's 8 speed, so I'm guessing that's all for each gear. And a little bit of wet loom. Just put a little bit of oil on the O-ring. And now just let's unpack the bolts and start putting them finger tight. What you want to do first, to make sure that the oil pickup is actually taking the oil from the filter, what you want to do is just more or less put it where it's meant to be and just give it a tap. And it's making good contact. It's nice and tight. So what you need to do now, viewers, is remove that filler plug on the side. The reason for changing is the O-ring, because it goes flat over time. It may not seal properly, although the bolt's gonna be tight, and you're gonna have a leak, or you may lose pressure, or I don't know, whatever else. So if we've got a new one, let's change it. I'm not built for speed, I'm built for comfort. Right, so that's the old one. That's the new one. Okay, I've added a little piece of rubber hose at the end because of the exhaust. The angle is not the best. So pop that in there. Open the valve. Oh, that's too far to pump. It's not me, it's the pump. Right, so obviously now we've got the fluid pouring out. Put the bung in, tighten it up gently, because you will have to take that out at some point. There you go. Wipe all the excess, whatever you spilled, because you want to know if there are any leaks or not. So now you need to start up the engine, go through the gears, forwards, backwards, like PR and DS, then into manual 1, 2, 3 to 8, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to sport, back to drive, then you've got neutral, reverse and park. So go through the gears, leaving around 5 seconds on the gear, on each gear, and then while engine is still running, to come over here and take this plug out, and to see if oil gonna come out, then we need to wait until it stops dripping, put the bung back in and the level is correct. If it won't drip, then you need to pour more oil into the gearbox until it will start dripping, but you need to have the engine running because the pump has to work. So, and one more important thing, you need some sort of scanning device to see the gearbox temperature. We've got 45 degrees. Leave the engine idling and let's go underneath and let's remove the plug and check the level. Obviously, don't forget that the exhaust is very hot because the engine was just running for like 15 minutes. So just don't get burnt. Actually, what I'd suggest is drain a little bit of fluid first into like a glass sort of measuring jug and leave it for, let's say, 24 hours and see how much metal filings you're gonna have at the bottom. because thinking you're gonna do good, you may actually kill the gearbox. So up to you. So these tiny little particles, tiny filings inside the actual fluid is keeping the gearbox alive. As soon as you drain that fluid and you put new one on, that's it. You can forget about gears. I'm saying that because I did that in my 3 series some time ago. I changed the fluid because it wasn't serviced for ages, and after a couple of weeks I lost gears. I couldn't get underneath, like I couldn't get up like a tiny little slope to get on the drive, and changing fluid then didn't help. So right, I will call it a day today. Tomorrow will be another beautiful day, like we can see there, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.